Hello, it's Andy from Email Love, and today we are going to integrate a live countdown timer into an Email Love template. And to do that, I'm going to show you how to grab the countdown timer from a platform called Nifty Images, which allows you to create various types of live content. So not just countdown timers, but also product recommendations and live feeds from your website that you can embed into your email very easily. But in this example, we'll just be doing a simple countdown timer. So to do that, I'm going to first jump into Nifty, and we are going to click on the pink button up here that says Create Image Timer or Data Source. And I'm going to select Countdown Timer from the top option here. And then I'm just going to use a fairly basic countdown timer in this example. You can obviously set the event date and time on the left-hand menu here. And as you can see, it is animated it as countdown. The image size, just worth noting, is 424 pixels by 92. And I'm going to save this. So that is how you create the countdown timer. And this is the image to that countdown timer. So if I copy this URL, paste it into my browser, you can see it just links through directly to that image URL. So that is something that we are going to copy. I'm going to copy that now. So I have it. I'm also going to view a live preview of the image. And I'm actually going to drag this to my desktop to save it, because in Figma, we actually want to pull in a static version of this so that we can see the size of it, and we can actually see how it's going to look in our Figma file. So let's jump into Figma, and I have a template set up, and what I want to do is add a countdown timer underneath this hero section. Okay, so the best way to do this is to add an image. So if we go to the image section of the plugin, what I want is actually not a full width image, but an image that has some padding around it. So the second option has a white border that we can easily modify. So this is simply a wrapper with a section and a column that contains an image. What we can do is replace this generic image with the countdown timer. I'm going to set the image to fit so I can actually see the size of it, and I'm going to decrease the size here. And then I'm actually going to set it to fill, so it fills that entire space. And then I'm going to use the padding around the wrapper to control how large the countdown timer is. And so what I can do is on desktop, I'm going to add 120 pixels. And let's just see here. And then I'm just going to make sure, okay, there we go. So I just set it to fit, just to make sure that it fits that entire space. Okay, so that is now an image. It has 120 pixels on either side. It's positioned nicely inside of the frame. And what I can do is change the background color to the same background color that we have up here, which is just a black. And I can just pull this up to the top, maybe reduce the padding down here so it's a little bit closer. Okay, so the only thing I need to change now is probably on mobile. I actually want to reduce this 120 pixels of padding. That's going to be really big on mobile. And so what you can do is you can select the wrapper and then go into mobile styles. enable mobile specific padding, and then I'm going to take that down to 30 pixels of padding on either side on mobile. So let's have a look at what that preview looks like. Okay, so here is how it looks on desktop, which looks nice. And then on mobile, yes, looking pretty good on mobile as well. Now, the last and most important step that we haven't done yet is we need to merge in that dynamic image URL from Nifty Images. Right now, this is just a static animated GIF. And so what you can do is you can select the image, go into the Properties tab of the plugin, and then paste in that dynamic URL from Nifty Images or whichever live countdown timer provider you happen to be using. I can then preview this message just to make sure that it is coming in and it's animated. You can see here it is counting down. And that is pretty much the process. I can then export this as HTML code or to the ESP of choice. And that is how you get an animated live countdown timer into your Email Love Figma template. If you have any questions on that, please feel free to drop them in the comments or join our Discord community. You can also reach us at support@emaillove.com if you have any questions on this process. Hope that helps. Thank you.